Good afternoon po, ma'am. My name is Edna Sirosari from Base A1C. Uh, Today my topic is predictors of delinquency. Nandyan po ang number 1 is community disorganization. Number 2 is availability of drugs and firearms. Number 3 po is persistent poverty. Number 4 po is violence in the home. Number 5 is problem behaviors. Number 6 is poor parental monitoring. Number 7 is consistent disciplinary parent. And number 8 po is maltreatment. So, number 1 po is community disorganization. One example of social disorganization is when members of community with high residential turnover rates do not know each others. These members are more likely to look the other way if they see a crime being committed against one another. This is turn facilitates the increase of crime rate within the community. Community organization or community-based organization refers to organization aimed at making desired improvements to a community, social health, well-being, and overall functioning. Community organizations occurs in geographically, psychosocially, culturally, spiritually, and digitally bounded communities. Next po is number 2 po is availability of drugs and firearms. Legislators have formulated a variety of state and federal regulations to make obtaining firearms more difficult for dangerous people. Even though this goal may appear hopeless in the face of these 150 to 200 million guns currently in circulation, both evidence and economic logic suggests otherwise. Guns are scarce commodities, and policies that would make them scarcer to reduce violent crimes and that involves guns warrant consideration. Possibilities include state level regulation of gun dealers, interdiction of black markets where stolen guns are fenced, and an increase in the federal excise tax on guns. The impact of firearms is not reality. See in complex the crime by magnitude of homicides and other violent deaths as indicated above. However, there are consequences less visible and therefore harder to measure and often longer lasting that need understanding in order to prevent, reduce, and eliminate the violence associated with firearms. This module uses frequently the term weaponization to refer to the broader impact of firearms on societies, and which describes a situation where firearms are easily accessible within a state or community or readily available to those who would kill, injure, or intimidate others for political or criminal purposes. Next po is persistent poverty. Persistent poverty is defined as a person living in a household experiencing poverty and net household income below 60% of the median in that year for at least 3 of the past 4 years. Income is adjusted for household size to reflect economies of scale. The number of individuals living in relative poverty for 3 or more of the last 4 years. Number 4 is violence in the home. The causes of family violence include display held beliefs about masculinity. Perpetrators tend to blame other people, alcohol, or circumstances for their violence outbursts. Perpetrators often minimize, blame others, justify or deny their use of violence or the impact of their violence. Domestic abuse, also called domestic violence or intimate partner violence, can be defined as a pattern of behavior in any relationship that is used to gain or maintain power and control over an intimate partner. Number 5 is problem behaviors. Problem behaviors are continuous behaviors that hinder social relation, communication, and learning of a child and cause harm to them, their families, their peers, and other adults. Through they show themselves as tantrums and tendency to violence. Some cases may also show reaction like long sobbing fits. Problem behaviors are those that aren't considered typically acceptable. Nearly everyone can have a moment of disruptive behavior or an error in judgment. However, problem behavior is a consistent pattern. Problem behaviors can vary in terms of severity. They can occur in children as well as in adults. Number 6 is poor parental monitoring. Parental monitoring, parents' knowledge of where their child is when not at home or school, and who their child's friends are, also affects risk behaviors. Youth who perceive less parental monitoring may be more likely to engage in a number of risk behaviors, including sexual risk, talking, and substance use. Parental monitoring, parents' knowledge of where their child is when not at home or school, and who their child's friends are, also affects risk behaviors. Youth who perceive less parental monitoring may be more likely to engage in a number of risk behaviors, including sexual risk, taking, and substance use. Number 7 po is consistent disciplinary parent. Inconsistent parenting is the use of different discipline practices across time or between parents. It can happen when roles and expectations for behavior in children are unclear or inconsistently enforced. It may also be caused by a lack of rules, insufficient monitoring, or erratic punishment. Inconsistent parenting is the use of different discipline practices across time or between parents. It can happen when rules and expectations for behavior in children are unclear or inconsistently enforced. It may also be caused by a lack of rules, insufficient monitoring, or erratic punishment. Number 8 is maltreatment. Examples include name-calling, shaming, rejection, withholding love, and threatening. Neglect is the failure to meet a child's basic needs. These needs include housing, food, clothing, education, and access to medical care. cruel or violent treatment of a person or animal mistreatment. 16% of children experience serious maltreatment at the hands of their parents. Yung mga ibang ano kasi dito, mga bata, yung mga iba kasi walang makain, walang masuot. Yung mga iba hindi rin nakakapag-aral. Parang walang nag-aasi sa kanila, sa kanilang mga pangangailangan, ganun. Kaya yung mga iba hindi na nakakapag-aral talaga. Yung mga iba din, minsan sa isang araw, hindi na rin nakakakain ng 3 beses sa isang araw. Yun po ang maltreatment. Hanggang dito na lang po, ma'am. Thank you po, ma'am.